Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, What the Beck. Today we're going to be making a jester hat, and to do so you will need your little diagram with your color placement, 3 colors of yarn, a 5mm crochet hook, scissors, a yarn needle, and a stitch marker is optional, but some people might find it helpful. So to start, you're going to make a magic ring with your yarn and leave a good bit of a tail there, about 6 inches or so. And you're going to use that later to sew on your pom-poms. You're going to chain 2, that's going to count as your first double crochet, and then you're going to do 5 more double crochets for a total of 6 stitches in the first round. Next, you're going to pull the circle tight and pull that little tail through the middle so it's kind of poking out. Pull it all the way tight, and again make sure it's sticking out, and you're gonna fold your little round up. It's gonna make a little cup shape, and we're gonna do a slip stitch into the second chain that you made, like so. And I prefer to pull mine super tight. I just find it makes it pretty seamless, and that's your first row done. For row 2, you're going to start with an increase, which is when you do your 2 chains and then 1 double crochet in that same first space. And then you're going to do 2 double crochet, and you're going to repeat that 1 more time, and that'll bring you to the end of your round. And again, ending the round with a tight slip stitch. For round 3, we're going to do an increase in that first stitch, and then 3 double crochet. And we're going to repeat that 1 more time for a total of 10 stitches. For round 4, you're going to do an increase followed by 4 double crochet, and again repeat that 1 more time till you get to the end where you'll have 12 stitches. For round 5, we're going to do an increase followed by 5 double crochet and repeat that 1 more time for a total of 14 stitches. Round 6 is just putting 1 double crochet into each stitch around. Round 7 is going to be an increase and then 6 double crochet, and you'll do that twice for 16 stitches. And round 8 is going to be an increase and then 7 double crochet twice, so you'll have 18 stitches. For round 9, you're just going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch around. For round 10, you're going to do an increase and then 8 double crochet twice. Round 11 is going to be an increase and then 9 double crochet twice. Round 12 is an increase and then 10 double crochet twice. For round 13, you're going to repeat increase and then 3 double crochet until you get to the end of the round, and you should have 30 stitches. And round 14 is really similar to the last one. You'll just do an increase and then 4 double crochet and repeat that pattern until you get to the end of your round. For round 15, you're just going to double crochet in each stitch around, and you should end with 36 stitches. Row 16 is not a full round, so it's just a row. You're going to do your chain 2, which counts as a stitch, and then 17 more double crochet for a total of 18 double crochet. This will bring you about halfway around that little cone shape we've made, and this is going to work up the crown of the head, so basically the top of the hat. We're now going to chain 1 and turn our work. This chain 1 does not actually count as a stitch. We're now going to yarn over a hook and skip that first stitch and do a double crochet into the second. This is basically a decrease, and then we're going to put a stitch marker in the top of it because it can be kind of tricky to see what you're doing with those decreases. And then we're just going to double crochet in each stitch across until we get to the last two, and in those last two we're going to do a double crochet decrease. Now to do a double crochet decrease, you yarn over, put your hook into the stitch and pull up a loop, pull through 2, and then yarn over again, go into the second stitch and pull up a loop, pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through all 3. We're now going to turn our work and chain 1 and do that same beginning decrease, which is just the double crochet in the second stitch, and then we're going to do another series of decreases across, and we'll be ending with 8 stitches total. Again, use those stitch markers if you need to. Chain 1 and turn your work. Row 19 is really similar. You just do that beginning decrease and then 3 more decreases to end with a total of 4 stitches. Row 20 is super short. You just do that beginning decrease and then 1 more decrease to end the row. And for row 21, you're just going to chain 1, turn your work, and then half double crochet into that second stitch. And you can watch right here to half double crochet. It's basically the same as a double crochet, you just pull through all 3 loops. Then you're going to finish off and leave a long tail. I recommend leaving about a foot. Now, depending on what size you're making, you'll need to go to one of these 2 timestamps. Fellow small head haver, you're going to start by making a slip knot with your yarn and kind of adjusting the size so it fits on your hook. Then you're going to go into the first unworked stitch and pull it up and make a chain of 2. And this size is the easy one because you basically just do 1 double crochet in each stitch across. You'll end in the last unworked stitch from the previous row, round, whatever you want to call it, and you should have 18 stitches. And then you're just going to repeat this row until you have a total of 22 rows. Finish off your yarn once you're done, and then go ahead and meet me at this timestamp to do the brim. You have the same size head as my husband. It probably means you're very smart and have a big brain. You're also going to start by making a slip knot with your yarn and adjusting the size so it will fit on your hook. Then you're going to put your hook into the first unworked stitch of the previous row, and we're going to pull up that chain and complete a chain 2. You're going to put 1 more stitch in that same space to function as an increase. And then you're going to copy this instruction, which is just 5 double crochet and then an increase twice, and then 4 double crochet and an increase for a total of 23 stitches. For row 17, you're going to do an increase and then repeat 5 double crochet and an increase 3 times, followed by 3 double crochet for a total of 26 stitches. Row 18 is just an increase in that first stitch, and then 26 double crochets across, and then an increase in the final stitch for a total of 28 stitches. For row 19, you're just going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch across, and you're going to repeat this row until you have 22 total. You'll basically be doing this just to make the length of the hat, I guess, so that it comes down over your forehead. And once you're done those rows, you can meet me at this timestamp to work on the brim. Welcome to the brim section, everyone. You're going to take your contrasting color according to your chart that you drew up, and you're going to just adjust the slip knot so that you can put it on your hook. And we're going to attach it the same way we did when we attached our yarn for like the second part of the hat. We're going to put that in chain 2, and we're just going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch across, and you can work over your tails as you go if you want to. It'll be less weaving in for you to do later. And depending which size of hat you're making, you'll have either 18 or 28 stitches at the end of this row. Row 24 is a little bit tricky, but I promise it's not difficult, it's just a little awkward. You're basically gonna do a front post double crochet, so you just go around the stitch, as you can see here, from the front, and then complete it as normal. And then you're gonna do a back post double crochet, which is going in from around the back. And I did leave this section in real time so that you can kind of look at it. I know it took me a little bit to get the hang of this stitch, so look at how I do it here, and then you're just gonna repeat that pattern, one in the front post, one in the back post, over and over until you get to the end. And here we're going into hyperdrive because it's kind of boring to watch. And then the next row, you're just gonna do that same pattern again. And again, small hat makers, you'll have 18 stitches, and large hat makers, you'll have 28. Now rewind the video and make 2 more panels in those other colors on your diagram. Then you're gonna do the embellishment section, I guess. So you're gonna sew on your pom-poms or bells or whatever you wanna put on the ends of your hat with that first tail that we left on the very point of the hat. And then make sure you sew those ends on real good, especially if you're doing something a little heavier like bells. And then you're gonna line up your 3 pieces according to your diagram and sew them together. You can't really see how I did the brim there, but I'm using the tail from the brim to sew up to that color change, and then the tail from the pointy part of the hat to sew down to that color change. And then I'm gonna tie my ends together in a square knot and weave them in. And do that basically 2 more times for the other 2 big seams of the hat. We're going into hyper overdrive again here because it took a while and I needed to speed it up. But yeah, weave in the rest of your ends and then flip your hat inside out, well, right side out. And then you have completed your jester hat. So you can go around and do some jesterly activities, something silly, mischievous even. And here's how it looks like on a human person. It's me. It's very silly. I like it a lot. So yeah, see ya.